Hello, welcome to our channel. My name is Livia Neves and I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant here with Visa. Our goal is to guide you throughout Canadian immigration process and system, as well as to assist you to become a successful immigrant here in Canada. Before we start, make sure you like this video, subscribe to our channel and follow us on our social media. I'm pretty sure if you're browsing around and research about immigration to Canada, you came across a lot of information. And I understand if you got a little bit overwhelmed, if you still have questions about what is the best strategy for you and your family. If that's your case, I invite you to book a consultation with us so we can discuss further what is the best option for you and your family according to your profile. Well, when it comes to Express Entry, it's important that I mention that Express Entry is not a program itself. It's in fact a system that manages three different programs, and they are the Federal Skilled Worker, the Canadian Experience Class, and the Federal Skilled Trades. But it's important that I mention that if you do qualify, if you do meet the minimum eligibility criteria, it does not necessarily mean that you are going to receive an invitation to apply. So it's important to explore the PNP, which is a Provincial Nominee Program, in order to understand what is the best strategy for your profile. I will give you a little bit of information about these three streams of application so you can have and understand what is the best option if you do qualify, if you do have at least the minimum criteria of eligibility. For the Federal Skilled Worker, what we are looking at is having or proving that you have at least 1 year of full-time or equivalent part-time skilled work experience. And also you need to prove that you can speak English or French, at minimum a CLB 7, which is intermediate. Okay, for the Canadian Experience Class, we need 1 year of full-time or equivalent part-time skilled work experience here in Canada. And it's important that I mention self-employed experience does not count towards Canadian Experience Class, and also you have to prove that you can speak English or French depending on your NOC, on the NOC code level of your occupation, on a CLB 5 or 7. Well, for the Federal Skilled Trades, what we are looking at is at least 2 years of full-time or equivalent part-time work experience within the past 5 years, and this work experience should be in a specific list. You can search on the IRCC website, and also you have to have at least a job offer or a certificate of qualification here in Canada and be able to speak English or French at a CLB 4 or 5. Once you meet the minimum eligibility criteria, you'll be able to go ahead and create your Express Entry profile. But I have to say, having an active Express Entry profile does not necessarily mean that you are going to receive an invitation to apply, because this happens only for the best ranked candidates. And the way the Express Entry works, they will give you points for human capital factors such as age, work experience, your educational background, if you do have proficiency in English, French, and also your spouse will receive points for Canadian experience, education, and language as well. So if you don't have a very competitive profile in the Express Entry, it's time to look at the PNP. PNP is the Provincial Nominee Program, and basically provinces and territories in Canada, they have the ability and the power to select candidates that will meet specific needs for the province. So they are looking at candidates that can help the economy to grow in that specific province. And the way you can apply for the Express Entry, roughly we do have 3 paths. First one is applying straight to the province once you meet the minimum eligibility criteria. So, for example, we do have the in-demand in Nova Scotia. You meet all the minimum eligibility criteria, you can just go ahead and apply straight to the province, and once you get nomination, you can apply for the PR. Second option is having an expression of interest or registering within a province, and then you're going to enter into a pool of candidates of that specific province. And it's important that I say, for this stream of application, you have to get an invitation to apply before you can go ahead and apply for a nomination. Here in Ontario, we do have the international student, foreign work stream, in-demand, master, PhD graduate, and BC is also, the BC PNP is also an important program that goes through this way of application by a registration first. And as a third option, you have an express entry profile, and then you get an invitation to apply through the express entry. So once you meet the minimum eligibility criteria again, you might get an invitation. And we have here in Ontario the human capital priorities, we have the French speaking stream that works that way. IMP is an important program that also selects candidates within the express entry, and the New Brunswick PNP as well. We often get questions about the difference between the express entry and provincial nominee program, so I will go over some of these questions today. First question, if I apply to a PNP program, am I allowed to live in other provinces in Canada? Well, the straight answer is no, not at least at first, because when you apply to a PNP, you're committing to stay in that province. You're committing that you would benefit from the nomination, and you will help that province to grow economically. So I would say that you should be careful, but if you're considering switching province, you have the right of mobility. You just have to pay attention when you're applying for your citizenship. You may face some questions and challenges. The only thing you don't have is the officer believing that you applied to a PNP and you had no intention at all of staying in that province. This is misrepresentation and could cause you some troubles. Second question, which one is less expensive, the express entry or the PNP? I would say that express entry tends to be less expensive because you're applying straight to the federal government, you're paying only processing fees to the federal government, and if you choose to apply to a PNP, it means that you most likely pay processing fees for the PNP as well, and this will make the process more expensive. Next question, which one is the age factor less relevant? I would say that PNP tends to put less weight in the age factor in comparison to express entry, definitely. Last question, which has shorter processing time? Definitely the express entry, which was designed to be processed in 6 months. If we compare to PNP, that can take more than 2 years, definitely express entry is less time consuming. As mentioned before, there are many pathways to immigrate to Canada, and the best advice I can give you today is booking a consultation with us so we can discuss your profile and the most assertive immigration pathway for you and your family. You can count on us for visa, immigration, education, career planning as well. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you leave your comments and questions below. We'll be happy to answer them, okay? I see you in the next video. Bye-bye.